Beagles look like the perfect apartment family dog. Cute face, happy tail, friendly vibe. But here is the uncomfortable question. Are you ready for a dog whose nose can turn a normal walk into a negotiation? Some people make Beagles sound like easy little angels, others make them sound impossible. In a minute, I'll tell you how it really is, honestly and specifically, including who should probably not choose this breed. Is a Beagle a dog for an apartment? Yes, a Beagle can be a good apartment dog and a good family dog, but only if you understand what you are bringing home. This is not a quiet decorative pet that just sleeps between short walks. A Beagle is a scent hound. Active, curious, food-motivated, social, and often louder than people expect. If you give him daily exercise, sniffing time, training, and proper management, he can be a fantastic companion. But the key question is not, is the Beagle cute? Of course he is. The question is, can your lifestyle handle the noise, the nose, the food obsession, and the need for daily structure? We'll come back to this especially when we talk about apartment life, being left alone, and the biggest mistakes first-time owners make. For whom is this breed a good choice? A Beagle is a good choice for someone who actually wants to do things with their dog, not just own a dog. If you are the kind of person who enjoys daily walks, does not mind stopping while the dog sniffs every bush, and can handle short regular training sessions, you are already much closer to a good match. This breed often works well for active families, especially when the adults are willing to set rules and not just rely on the dog being naturally friendly. It can also be a good fit for people who like scent games, puzzle feeders, nose work, hiking, longer walks, or playful training with food rewards. Beagles are usually social and cheerful, so they can bring a lot of warmth into a home. But even the ideal owner has to accept one thing. This dog will not run on autopilot. You need patience, humor, and consistency. How the analyses from this section affected the ratings. Patience with children scale 4 out of 5. Dog Diplomat Index 4 out of 5. For whom would this breed not be a good choice? A Beagle is probably not the best choice if you want a quiet, low-effort apartment dog. If you work 10 hours a day, come home exhausted, and hope the dog will be fine with a short walk around the block, this breed may become frustrating very quickly. The usual problems are not mysterious. Barking, howling, pulling on leash, stealing food, chewing things, and ignoring recall when the nose switches on. Here are the classic traps. First, he is small, so he will be easy. Not necessarily. Second, he is good with kids, so he will raise himself. No dog does that. Third, we have a garden, so we don't need proper walks. Wrong. Fourth, I want a dog I can let off leash everywhere. With a Beagle, that can be risky without serious recall work. This is not about judging people. It is about avoiding a mismatch before both human and dog get stressed. How the analyses from this section affected the ratings. Couch Potato Index 2 out of 5. Moner Scale 2 out of 5. Apartment Dweller Scale 3 out of 5. Activity and daily needs. For a healthy adult Beagle, a realistic daily target is about 60 to 90 minutes of activity. But let's be clear, this does not mean just walking fast while the dog gets no chance to sniff. For a Beagle, sniffing is not a bonus, it is part of mental exercise. A good day might look like this. A morning sniff walk, a short training session or puzzle feeder during the day, and a longer evening walk with some leash work or scent games. Time for a mini quiz. Let's check if you're paying attention. What tires a Beagle more? 20 minutes of random running or 10 minutes of focused sniffing and searching? For many Beagles, the nose work wins. Good activities include sniff walks, hide and seek with food, long line exploration, nose work, puzzle feeders, and short obedience sessions. If those needs are ignored, you may see more barking, food stealing, restlessness, chewing, and weight gain. How the analyses from this section affected the ratings. Couch Potato Index 2 out of 5. Turbo Energy Scale 3 out of 5. Self-Entertainment Index 2 out of 5. Apartment, house, and solitude? Can a beagle live in an apartment? Yes, but this is not a simple yes. The apartment itself is not the biggest issue. The real issue is whether the dog gets enough exercise, sniffing, training, and help learning how to settle. Another practical issue is noise. Beagles can bark, howl, and bay, and that matters if you have thin walls or sensitive neighbors. A house with a garden can help, but it does not solve the beagle problem by itself. One of the biggest myths is, we have a garden, so walks are optional. No. A garden is convenience. It is not a substitute for exploring the outside world, following scents, and working with the owner. When it comes to being alone, a well-prepared adult beagle may handle around 3 to 5 hours reasonably well. But regularly leaving him alone for a full working day can increase the risk of noise, frustration, and destruction. How the analyses from this section affected the ratings. Apartment Dweller Scale 3 out of 5. Garden Myth Scale 2 out of 5. Lawner Scale 2 out of 5. Self-Entertainment Index 2 out of 5. Children and other animals. Beagles often have good family potential. They are usually social, cheerful, and people-friendly, which is why many families are drawn to them. But let's remove one dangerous myth right away. A family dog is not an automatic babysitter. Children must learn not to climb on the dog, disturb him while sleeping, tease him with food, or treat him like a toy. Adults still need to supervise interactions, especially with younger children. With other dogs, beagles often do quite well, partly because they come from a pack-hound background. Of course, proper socialization still matters. No breed gets a free pass. With cats, the answer is more individual. Some beagles can live with cats, especially if introduced carefully and early, but the hunting instinct and chase tendency should be taken seriously. With small animals like rabbits, guinea pigs, or birds, I would be cautious. The dog may be friendly, but instinct and movement can still trigger interest. How the analyses from this section affected the ratings. Patience with children 4 out of 5. Dog Diplomat 4 out of 5. Cat Tolerant 3 out of 5. Grooming Health and Costs. You know, the bowl does not fill itself. If you enjoy our movies, please donate. You will find the donation link in the description and the pinned comment. Grooming a beagle is relatively easy. The coat is short and dense, so you usually need brushing about once or twice a week. A rubber curry brush or grooming glove works well for loose hair. You do not need complicated coat styling, but you do need regular nail trimming, tooth care, and ear checks. The ears are important because beagles can be prone to ear problems, so a vet-recommended ear cleaner is a useful item in the home. All our recommendations for the basic beagle kit can be found in the video description and the pinned comment under the video. Remember that when you buy from the stores we recommend, you pay the same, but support our channel. Health-wise, the big practical topics are weight control, dental care, ear issues, allergies, hypothyroidism, epilepsy, and some joint or back concerns. This does not mean every beagle will have these problems, but they are worth watching. Monthly cost estimate in the U.S. is around $60 to $175 per month. We can estimate roughly, for food $20 to $55, for preventive care $10 to $30, and for emergency or vet reserve $30 to $90. Expert tip: measure food, don't guess. Second tip: Keep an eye on ears, teeth, and body weight. Early prevention is cheaper than repair. Stay with me because now we'll put all of this into a final honest verdict. How the analyses from this section affected the ratings. For in the home, 3 out of 5. Grooming salon, 4 out of 5. Veterinary risk, 3 out of 5. Owner's wallet, 3 out of 5. Final assessment. My honest verdict is, yes, choose a Beagle if you want an active, social, funny dog, and you are ready to manage the nose, the voice, the appetite, and the daily routine. If you want a quiet, low-maintenance apartment dog that stays alone all day and listens perfectly off-leash, then I would be careful. This breed can be wonderful, but only when the owner understands what a scent hound really is. In our Beagle reality score, this breed gets 3 out of 5. That means not a bad choice, not an easy choice, a good choice for the right lifestyle. The Beagle scores strongly for family potential and dog sociability, but loses points for alone time tolerance, noise risk, and training challenges around scent and food. So if you are active, patient, and realistic, this can be a great dog. If you were choosing only because of the cute face, pause before you decide. Similar breeds to consider. If you like the Beagle idea but are not fully sure, here are 3 breeds to compare. First, the Harrier. This is the closest functional alternative, also a scent hound, social, active, and built for endurance. It may suit someone who wants a larger, more athletic hound and has a very active lifestyle, not someone looking for an easier Beagle. Second, the Basset Hound. It shares the hound mindset and strong nose, but is usually lower energy in daily life. It may be better for someone who likes scent hounds but wants a calmer home presence while still accepting health and management considerations. Third, the English Cocker Spaniel. It is not the same type of hound, but it can suit active families who want a compact, friendly, lively dog that may be more handler-focused than a Beagle. Grooming, however, is more demanding. If the Beagle feels like a bit too much or not quite right for your lifestyle, make sure to watch our video about the Basset Hound next. You'll find the link on the end screen when the production is ready. Don't forget, subscribe and follow the Beagle Trail. I'll sniff out the facts so you don't have to. Subscribe so you don't miss new episodes.